Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm OG Queen V. If you're not new, thank you so much for joining. I'm a mom of 4 beautiful girls.
Damn!
And I recently had my second C-section, and I wanted to make a video because I feel like people talk about the baby, but not enough about what moms go through after a C-section and postpartum. So this is going to be a real, honest, and based on my experiences, because I wish I had this before. So I hope this helps with someone out there who's pregnant, planning to get pregnant, planning a C-section, or you just don't know if you will have a C-section, because one of my C-sections ended up being an emergency C-section. So stick around. So I'm just gonna break it down for you guys, and if you're interested in knowing what I have on, I just actually got this is from Kia Babies. This is a baby wearer, and so far it's so good. This is my first day wearing it, and it was the lowest price one that I saw on Amazon. That were similar to this, and this was like the lowest price one, but the quality is really good so far, and she's really snug. So for newborn babies, it's good. You can also wear it for other babies. I'm gonna try it with my toddler too. Okay, anyways, I wrote a script for this and I'm totally off the script. Okay, let's go back to what happens right after the surgery. Right after your C-section, you're gonna be numb, but once that wears off, it's a completely different story. So when I was in the hospital, I was so surprised at the fact that they want you to get up and start walking so soon. But the first time you get up, it feels impossible. So you're gonna be, you're going to be using your core for everything. And you don't realize it until you can't. Because you use your core to get up out of the bed. You're using your core to pick up the baby. And like, once you have a C-section, it's like everything here, it's impossible. But as moms, we are really the superheroes because we make it possible. So even laughing, coughing, and sneezing hurts so bad. So I remember trying to sit up and thinking, how am I supposed to take care of a whole baby feeling like this? Because even with not having a C-section, I thought that I feel like nobody talks about. You still bleed even though you have surgery. Your stomach feels numb in some areas and weird. Your incisions can feel tight, sore, or just weird. And you might have swelling. And mentally, it's a lot. Your body just went through surgery, but you don't really get time to process it because you're in full-on mom mode. And if you have multiple children, it gets real. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your village prepared. And even if you do have a village, like me, I do have people, but you still need to know these things because you're still going to have to get up. You're still going to have to feed your baby, especially if you're breastfeeding. Oh my goodness. So when you're breastfeeding, when your body naturally contracts, the uterus contracts and gets smaller as you're breastfeeding. So while you're sitting there pumping or breastfeeding, you could feel your body just cramping up and the blood. Yeah, it gets real. So let's talk about taking care of the newborn. So this is the part that's the hardest because you have to be waking up every 2 to 3 hours. There's no rest after this major surgery that you just had. You're still getting up every 2 to 3 hours. You have to pick up the baby while you're in pain. There's no real rest, even though your body needs it. And so what I like to do is with my significant other, we have our time. So like if you're a night owl, like I am a night owl, so I'm okay with staying up late with the baby, you know, staying up all night with the baby, and then during the day or the morning time, my husband takes over. I have bottles pumped, and really I still have to get up every 2 hours or 3 hours to pump to keep my milk supply going. But at least like once I'm done pumping, I just flop back down, and he feeds the baby, changes the baby during the morning, but at night he's laid out snoring, and I'm okay with that because I know we have our sections. But if you don't get that, like if you don't have that planned out beforehand, it could feel overwhelming. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, I'm all doing this all by myself, or even though your significant other's there, sometimes you have to tell them what you need and what would help. So make sure, that's another thing, that's not on the script, but that's another thing. Communicate with your significant other, because they're not in the same position as you. They don't know what you're feeling. And yes, our hormones are all over the place after pregnancy. So please be communicative, okay? What's emotional about it is you're thinking like, I'm in pain, but my baby needs me more. And that's kind of like how I get through the pain and how I'm able to get up. Even though I don't have my core muscles, I'm able to get up with my core muscles and pick up the baby. So again, no one's preparing you for the hormones, feeling overwhelmed, maybe feeling a little sad or emotional. It doesn't mean you're not grateful. It just means you're human and you're recovering, and that's okay. So what helped me, guys, was taking it slow and not rushing myself, even though they kind of do rush you in that in the hospital to kind of get up. You do need to get up. You do need to release that gas and that pressure. So I would definitely take the nurse's advice and the doctor's advice when it comes to that. Some things that help me: taking it slow and not rushing yourself. You need to accept help from your significant others and others. Like if you have a village, accept their help, even if you're usually the strong one. Staying on top of your pain meds, and even while you're in the hospital, this might be important to some of my melanated sisters, because they don't really, some hospitals and nurses don't really care too much for our well-being as other nurses in hospitals. So if you're noticing, oh, I haven't got my pain meds, kind of like ask them, when's the next time I should have this medicine? Or when's the next time I should take this? Or when can I start taking this? Because they don't really tell you unless you ask. A lot of them. And then another thing is, once you know your schedule, you can say, okay, I noticed this nurse, after they change shifts, she didn't give me my pain meds. Let me remind her, or whatever the case is. Because what it did happen to me with my last C-section, we kind of waited too long for the pain meds, and I wasn't staying on top of it, and I got in really bad pain. It was kind of hard to like recover from that, and they didn't want to give me too much at one time. So be aware of that. And once you get your pain meds, just follow the directions. Another thing, wearing loose, comfortable clothing. That's a must. Right now, I'm wearing my baby. I got a t-shirt on. I love my my biker shorts. But with this one, you also do want to wear your fajas and your things to kind of compress your stomach. That will also help with your uterus going down. And I could give you some good, like the faja I have on right now is really good, by Shape LLX, I think, but I'll link it below. So in closing, if you're going through this right now, just know you're not alone. C-section recovery is real, and it's not talked about enough, and I do want to do more videos about this. So you are healing, and you are doing an amazing job, and even on your hard days, you're amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.